Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Graham's Dad Reviews, and today I shall be reviewing Lego The Hobbit, The Lonely Mountain. This is set number 79018. It has 866 pieces and the recommended ages are 8 to 14. The minifigures for this set are Dwalin the Dwarf, Fili the Dwarf, Balin the Dwarf, Kili the Dwarf, Bilbo, and they all have exclusive torsos. And of course, we've got the character Smaug, but we'll talk about him in a little while. So the first minifigure we have here is Dwalin. He has a big double-sided emerald axe. He has some pretty cool printing on the front, and he has the same face, same beard as always, and his torso and pants are both kind of a darkish greenish. There is some detail on the back, but I'll remove the beard and weapon to show you a better detail. So here is what Dwalin looks like without his beard and his weapon. As you can see, it really opens up the detail on the front of the torso and the detail on the back of the torso. Next up we have Kili. He has orange hair as always. He has the same face and he has the same two weapons. Just as with all of these, the torso printing is different. And he does have some pretty cool detail on the front and some on the back, but the hair is covering it, and I'll remove the hair to show you more detail. And as you can see, he does have a double-sided face, and now you can really see the detail on the back of the torso now that his hair is out of the way. The third runner-up, we have Balin the Dwarf. As you can see, he has this big, really cool red mace-like weapon, and as with all of them, same face, same hair, just, as I said before, a different torso design. And there is detail on the back and front, but I will remove the hair so you can see more detail on the front of the torso. As you can see, there is a lot of detail on the front that his big, flowy white beard was covering, and he does have a double-sided face. Next up we have Kili the Dwarf. He has same black hair, same face, but a different sword and of course a different torso design. There is some pretty nice detail on the front and some detail on the back, but you can't really see it because the hair is in the way, so I'm going to remove the hair for your viewing pleasure. As with all the minifigures that we got Kili in, he does have a double-sided face and some pretty nice detailing on the back. The last minifigure in this set is, of course, Bilbo Baggins. He has the one ring in one hand and Sting in the other. He has the same face, same hair, and I think we might have gotten this torso design in another set, but I'm not quite sure. There is some detailing on the back, but not a lot. And as with every Bilbo Baggins minifigure, there's always a double-sided face. And what would probably and most likely be the big money draw for all you people who want to buy this set is Smaug. As you can see, he is pretty huge. Look at that. This is the size of a dwarf, and that's the size of one spike. That's pretty big. You don't want to mess with him. And he does have some good articulation in his tail. You can turn his tail here, right there, and there, and there. He has some spikes. The black spikes you have to apply on here, but this middle one, for some reason, it comes off very easily because it's not very deep indention. He can move his head up and down. Oh, well, more like his neck. And you can move his head around like that. As you can probably hear that clicking noise, that's the sound when you know that his head is turning and it's not just broken. And you can swing his head upwards and click it down, and he looks even bigger and more awesome than before. You can open up his mouth and you can take out his little flame, so you can close his mouth all the way. And with his wings, actually his claws first of all, you have to apply these on. As you can see, they're on like a little joint there 2 small claws and 1 big one, as the same with the other side. And his wings, it's not plastic, it's more of like a kind of like a little cloth thing. I'm not quite sure, maybe rubber. And with that little joint right there, you can extend his wings out further to put him into flight mode. And his legs can move. And some of you, if you do have this, you might have recognized he has the missing scale right there where Bard's ancestor hit him there on the scale, chipped off. So that's going to be a big owie for him later on. Now, let me show you the play features of the Lonely Mountain, and we'll start off with the back. Even though there's only some play features, not a lot. The play features were mostly where the front is, but we'll start with the back. As you can see, right there, there is a little push pin, but I'll talk about that later because it really has to do with the front. And just take a moment just to take in the detail on the back, even though there's probably not a lot, but still, there has to be something. And then as you can see, there's a little door right there, and from where I am, you would push, but from your side you would pull. So what you do is that you push it, and that's the entrance to the Lonely Mountain. And you just push it closed. As you can see, there are some leveling here. There is one there, there is one there, and there's like a little stone holder thing that's somewhere around in this area. That's where you would put the Arkenstone, but I'm not sure why it would be where the entrance is. I don't know. Now we'll get to the exciting part, which is the front of the set of the Lonely Mountain. But first, we'll start off with this little heap of gold. And I know I am pretty jealous that this is not real gold. I wish it was. And you can take that top off, where there are 3 gems. There is a red gem, there is a green gem, and there is a blue gem. You can take that off to discover some gold. I just took a bunch of gold that I found and I just threw it in there because I thought there wasn't enough gold. And there is an emerald cup. There is an emerald cup right there. And there is a black sword also in there. I'm not quite sure why they would hide a gigantic sword like that for the dwarves, because it's like their size. But I'm not a dwarf, so how would I know? So here you might be wondering, what the heck is this? It, my friends, is a cauldron, but it's a catapult at the same time. It's like a cauldron pole. I don't know what is made of that word. You might see there is 4 big gigantic pieces of gold in there, and that is what the dwarves use to attack Smaug. So what you do is that you just press that down and it goes flying, but my finger was in the way, so it didn't go as far. And you can also turn this like that, so you can basically attack Smaug from any direction you want. There was a little barrel right there with pickaxe, just small little detail. There was a ladder going up here where there is, guess what, more gold. Of course there is, it's a mine. And there is a little anvil right there. There is armor there, which you can put on a dwarf. And there is a smithing's hammer. And there is a little axe. Now here is where you can grab some gold. And you can slide it down. And you can move it up. And you can move it down. And here, you might be wondering what that is. Well, most of you probably already know what it is, but in case you don't know, you can fold the setup, so you can either put it in a more confined space, or just if you'd like to play with it that way, you can. And here, you can move that. You can move this like that, and you put gold in here. And what you can do is with this little turny thing, you can pull the gold down so where the dwarves can go and melt it and throw it at Smaug. Then you can roll it up again, or you can move it wherever you want. What this really reminds me of is the Urukai set that I do own. It's like a little thing where you pull down like molten silver, which it makes to make like Urukai armor and such for them. And here is the Arkenstone with Thor's throne here, and that's tongue twister. And you can take the Arkenstone off. As you can see, there's a little extra piece on there. This is the same design as the Chi from Chima. And yes, that is a sticker. I didn't quite put that on right, but I did the best I can. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, that kind of explains itself. Now that push pin that I was just talking about, what you do is that you push that push pin and you can send the steps flying outwards. And also admire the really good detail on here. Well, that's my review. I will give this set 10 Smaug heads out of 10, and this is a great set. It's a little pricey, but the detail, the minifigures, it's all worth its price. Enough said. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys in the future, or if you guys are watching my later videos, I guess I'll see you in the past. Bye-bye.